Path of Night is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade podcast set in the classic world of darkness. We're all friends, we're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. We've talked at our table about safety, comfort, and consent, both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect. We're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same, so listener discretion is advised. Now let's walk the Path of Night. Last time on Path of Night. After a series of phone calls, the coterie locates and recovers the torpid Prince and Peterson. The group gears up, drinks their fill, and meets at Elysium. The Setites keep their word, showing up to back Miles. Britta and Wynn discover the source of Reese's power over Joey. Jane makes a daring escape with Johnny's daughter. Romeo reveals he has a connection to Britta's mysterious past. Shaw uses the truth of Johnny's lineage to accuse the coterie of being allied with the Sabbat. Soon after, Arabella Rollins declares her praxis, declaring a blood hunt on the coterie. A pickup truck smashes through the Elysium, delivering with it a stirring lupine. And now, the season finale of Path of Night. It's at this point that the group of you can hear this booming howl that echoes through the Elysium, shrieks of panic, and people start running. In front of you, each of you, is a piece of paper based on where you are positioned and what paths you had access to. I need you to mark off a selection of names that are on that list and choose which name you're headed to. For each of you, there is the option of simply going out the massive entrance that has been created and simply leaving the Elysium. So I want all of you to pick which one it's going to be. And when you've picked, go ahead and place it down in front of you. And then I'm going to go around the table and you're going to say who it is. And then we're going to begin scenes regarding that. So, first is Miles. Tell me where you're going.
I'm staying here with the domain.
Specifically headed to the Lupine. All right. So the group of you see Miles, kind of like in what little bit of light there is, rush in the direction of the tarp that has something growing to a very, very large size underneath it. Wynn, you're headed to...
I don't intend to engage Reese in combat, but I'm heading to him first,
Okay.
and then I'm escaping.
Wynn is headed for Reese. You slip past the crowd of Bruja that are now kind of in the midst of a panic, and you start making your way to Reese, who is actively fleeing this area, so you're going to have to chase him.
That's fine.
Britta will follow, quote unquote, follow the plan. There was not a plan, therefore.
So Britta is going to escape.
That's what Neil said. That is the semblance of a plan.
Johnny is headed for the Lupine.
Oh my god. It's been a good podcast, guys.
And
Neil is dragging Elsa Linda away.
Johnny's got a dumb plan.
Like he said he would.
I think we've all got the dumb plans, except for Britta.
What? No, I thought... am I the only one who circled it?
No, he did. He's just bringing Elsa with him.
Yeah, I am dragging Elsa.
One thing that Johnny does want to do before he heads that way is he doesn't want to draw the pistols and just basically drop them in front of my celerity friend here.
Okay.
Hello. I will take them very kindly.
So,
I don't plan on winning, but I want to give people time to escape.
everyone is in combat.
I don't plan on fighting the Lupine. I just want to get a little bit of a top off of my fuel tank before I go after Shaw.
Do you think it's just going to work that way?
They don't have celerity.
Everyone roll a d10.
All right.
Lex, you should also know that I've been pumping my stats.
As have I.
Yep.
I
Ever since I
was
started
going
having a
to,
panic
but I haven't
attack.
written it down. What did I intend on pumping?
The Lupine is going on a 27. Miles.
I am going on 16.
Win.
15.
If I'm going to use some celerity for stuff outside, then I've got 14, right?
Okay. Johnny.
Sadly, he's only on a 12.
And then Neil.
I'm maxed out. I'm a 19.
Oh, wait.
My maxed out is
I'm
still
gonna
8
go-
less than the Lupine.
I'm going to go with 15, because I just realized I should not spend that much blood.
Smart.
Can I adjust that a little bit?
Elsa is going on a 24.
Maybe she's taking you out, man.
Could I have spent one extra blood once the car came crashing through?
Yeah.
Okay, because that would change my initiative, is why I asked.
You want to go to 16?
Yes.
Okay. Reese is going on an 18.
It'll be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I have guns. You're covering someone, I'm covering you.
Yeah, but I can hide. I plan on us hiding.
Sean is going on a 12.
Did anybody actually have
Okay.
Shaw on their sheet?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know if any of us could see him once the lights went out.
I had 2 options.
Yeah.
Were they escape and escape?
Escape and Linden.
I had 4 options.
I had escape, Lupine, and Reese.
Shaw, Reese, Escape, or Lupin.
I was going to feel real bad if you hadn't fine to it. I'm like, where the fuck did he go?
Glad I got you
I
back.
counted on it.
You have the.
By the way, the blind panic
Can I get
choice,
some of
very
the?
cool
I'm gonna need
mechanic.
like a
Yeah,
lot of.
I
I'm
never
actually
thought
of
kind
that.
of digging
Dice.
this.
Yeah.
No, don't give him the dice.
Thank you.
Guys, do not.
Rebecca, give him some of your dice.
I like my dice.
Stop giving him dice.
Yeah, that's,
I know, but
He
I
doesn't
want
need
him to
any
have
more.
the ones that don't work.
I like my dice.
I know they do. I know you do, and I'm not going to malign them, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What the fuck is happening here?
the werewolf is doing things.
He's tearing somebody apart.
I'm just gonna go ahead and hope that somebody's name is Tarp.
Maybe he's
a
busting out of
Nos.
handcuffs. We don't know.
There is a Nos named Tarp now.
That wasn't. Huh?
There was a Nos
Oh
named
my
Tarp.
god.
Tarp! No!
I like that you did
He
not
always
even
wore a red
have
shirt.
Lupine.
Oh hell no!
You're like, run. I'm like, I have yet to abandon these fucking
I got
people.
warned about this shit in what, episode 4? Like,
Something
yeah.
like that.
When you heard the word Lupine, yes.
Sometimes being the prophecy man with no abilities to fight.
I really wish I had a sword, though.
God damn.
Stop it, Lex.
Poor Tarp.
I don't know what's going on over here, but it's,
roll?
I don't know what's happening. And
All right. So, those of you who have gone to the Lupine, Miles and Johnny, as you get there, there is a handful of people that are already nearby. 2 Toreador, 1 of the Bruja thugs. The first Toreador you immediately recognize as Romeo. The first Toreador is instantly shredded.
So Romeo just gets ripped apart?
Not Romeo.
Okay.
Okay.
The first Toreador is shredded.
I was laughing
as
'cause-
it bites. It shakes his head. The person's head comes clean off. They collapse into like just rotting corpse. It then turns and does the exact same thing to Romeo. Romeo is dead. Then it turns to one of the Bruja and with its claws crushes the Bruja straight to the ground, shredding it and turning it into a smear on the dirt. It is now just the 2 of you and this monster as people are beginning to flee. It has 3 additional actions this round. And it just kind of turns, snarls, and the 2 of you can see the glint of these like yellow shining wolves' eyes.
This is the worst I told you so ever.
He is done. Then Elsa just goes limp, staring at this monster, eyes wide, and just kind of waiting to die. Next, we go to initiative 19. Neil.
Okay, I have a hand on her wrist, and she's going limp, and I'm just basically dragging her along. Here's a question about this place, because I hang out here, and Shaw and the other Nos come here a lot. Is there sewage access?
Way up back, yes.
Okay. I start dragging her immediately, just trying my best to be like, come on, Elsa, I need you to listen to me. I need you to get a little more panicky than you are right now, but like in a productive way. Come on, we're gonna go. And I'm just dragging her, and while we're going, I'm going to try and passion her to be a little bit more
Alert.
productively freaked out, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
You know, we're on Elysium, I know it's not okay, but this is an
There's
emergency.
not a whole lot okay happening on this
I don't think
Elysium
the
right
keeper
now.
is going to catch you on
Yeah,
this one.
we'll find out. And I really need this to go off, so I'm going to blow willpower. I need her to listen to me.
Understood. What's the diff?
It's her humanity rating. So I'll just show you the dice, because you don't have to tell me that.
Succeed.
For the next week, she'll...
She's gonna be jacked up.
yeah, she'll be a little jittery, but at least, hopefully, pliable. And I look her right in the eyes. We have to go. I know a way out of here.
She gives you a fast nod
And I
seems
start
ready
running
to
with
go.
her. I'm not going to let go of her wrist, because I don't want her to panic too much and celerity away from me and leave me for dead.
She will run with you.
And as I'm running, obviously I'm going to be like panicked looking around in this crowd trying to find my friends so I can yell at them, but I assume they're just all fucking...
You pretty quickly see Miles and Johnny rushing to throw down with the Lupine.
No, run! I told you to run!
We go to 18. Seeing what is going on, Reese begins to levitate off the ground and flies up towards like the chandelier area, watching the chaos, but staying safely away from the lupine.
Is there any way to grab him?
You'd have to make a jump check in order to try to get to him, but that is a thing you can pursue. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to Wynn and Miles, who are both acting on a 16. Do the two of you care which one goes first?
You can go first because I'm gonna look at Johnny as like, are we doing this or are we getting the fuck out of here?
Johnny's prepared to fight the thing.
Are you? Is that?
Dominate his bitch ass to run.
I am, in fact, going to make that jump check to grab Reese.
Okay, I need a strength plus athletics. The difficulty is 4. He is about 20 yards away. You're going to want a pretty decent number of successes in order to get there. Remember, if you have potence, it does add to this.
I do not have potence. I am spending a willpower for a success.
2 yards off.
Could you get to the chandelier instead of
You need
Reese?
one more. Give me a dex plus athletics to hold on to the chandelier.
The CS strategy? I don't know.
Being up there, not a terrible idea.
6 to grab the chandelier.
6? Yeah, easy.
I know I said I really wanted to kick the Seneschal's dick off. That was before the werewolf showed up. I just want to try and larceny that whistle out of his pocket.
So, I mean, werewolves change priorities. I totally get it. We go to Britta. You are going to make it out past the doors before you kind of like realize that they're not with you. And then like you'll turn around and see like, ah, shit. They ran towards the danger.
Okay, but I do have the guns that Johnny dropped.
Yes. So you rush outside. Out there are a couple of Brujah that are just fleeing at celerity speeds down the street. Out in front where those guys that were kind of dressed like big Constantine fans, one of them is on the ground making like disgusting squelching like noises as crouched over him with a hoodie with sleeves rolled up to the elbows and like greasy hair that hangs is just this person that's like holding them, shaking their face wildly, ripping his throat apart. And this Tremere is very dead. And they have these like kind of pointed, curved dog-like ears. And they kind of look up at you with eyes glowing red and a mouth covered in gore.
So I assume I do not recognize that this is a lupine, but I get the impression this is a monster.
This is not a lupine.
It's not a lupine.
They're not a local.
Not a local.
And this thing that is clearly some sort of like urban gangrel bears its fangs and hisses at you.
Did there appear to be more of
There
these?
does not appear to be more.
Yeah,
Oh, like the way you said that.
I don't like
Invisible chainsaws.
Also, I want us all to take a time out to be like, Romeo's last words is, we'll catch up later. Now he is a smear.
I know.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, that
Classic
motherfucker's dead.
fucking Lex. Classic fucking
all
Lex.
want to
Hey,
say,
don't worry. I have the answer to all your secrets. Oh, my organs! Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm just thinking about how my urge to murder is so much higher than it would have been without that interaction. Okay. So I'm going to try to dread gaze him into the Elysium.
You can't pick a
Away.
direction. You can just make it flee you.
Oh, okay.
you can make it go
Still
away.
a good choice.
My intention is to spend a willpower on this.
You're going to roll Charisma plus Intimidation. Plus 1 automatic success for having spent a point of willpower.
Yep.
Your difficulty for this roll is 8.
Okay. 4 success.
Damn.
These are nice dice.
Britta continues to be on fire.
Don't be mean to these dice. I like them.
We're not mean to them. They just don't like us back.
All right.
Never
They
gave
feel-
them a chance.
they
How do
feel
you
connected
reveal your
with you.
monstrous continence to the vampire?
Well, I have just gotten a large source of inspiration from a vicious-looking lupine in there who seemed to, what was his first action? To shred into my only hope of finding my identity further?
That was the second.
That was the second action, I'm sorry. So,
Couldn't even be
That
bothered
was
to
an
make it his
afterthought.
first action.
so my immediate first impulse as Britta, in this situation when I see this gnarly-looking gangrel standing in my way hissing at me, is to mimic the werewolf in my own vampiric way, to bare my teeth and snap as if ready to rip off flesh. And my eyes show through their vampiric quality. You can kind of almost sense like the temperature issue in me, like, you know how when something's really cold or really hot, like the air changes
You
around
can
it?
feel it. Yeah.
Like my
Like a
hands
thunderstorm
look
coming?
wrong.
It looks up at you, kind of like still like crouched down on its haunches, and it makes a sound that's some sort of a cross between like a big New York City rat and like an alley cat, and Squeal hisses its way across the street and away from you.
I look at you and just like we'll nod to each other, and then I'll just go for it, and you're moving at the same
A
time.
glance passes back and forth between Mile and Johnny like, hey man, it's been a good ride.
Let's do this. I can pump to 8 dex, 5 strength.
Okay.
That'll be 5 successes.
Okay. With 5 successes, you grab hold of this massive lupine, hopping onto its back, grabbing onto its cheeks and mane. It is so muscular that it feels like you're grabbing onto just a spool of thick knotted rope. There's just no give from its muscles.
Kill it!
and you can feel the heat of its body. It is an absolutely terrifying experience. Your beast is begging for you to let go, turn, and if it kills you, fuck it, at least the fear is gone. And you hold on. Johnny, Miles is holding on to this thing, and it looks at you. Its teeth are about as long as the distance between your brow and your chin. Its lips curl back, and when it growls, you know that feeling you get when you're right by an amp, and that how the sound kind of goes through you?
Yep.
Its growl goes through you.
From out behind his back, 2 little silver blades are sticking out of big meaty fists. And he rushes into the thing and starts just putting blades in what he thinks are the weak spots. This is just a big hairy guy. He's just telling himself this is just a big hairy person. But they still got arteries, they still got tendons, and we're still just gonna stab those and just make him bleed as much of his blood as he can. And hopefully the silver knives that Wynn insisted this thing is allergic to are going to carry the day for him. He is going to stab it as many times as he can, and he's not going to stop until it stops moving.
Okay.
Don't you put that darkness
Miles
on me,
helping
Ricky
you
Bobby.
gives you access to its vulnerable point, so you're going to be able to add a +2 die bonus to your total attack pool before you divide it.
Okay. I'm Dex 6 currently. I have 3 melee.
Okay.
Nelson.
2 more dice is 11 dice altogether.
Yes.
And can I split it 3 ways?
Yes. You have to divide it into 3 very small pools.
Okay, so that's 3 dice, 4 dice, then 4 dice.
Yes, your difficulty for this attack is 5.
Okay.
Are you doing anything with your potence?
Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to take my potence and spend blood to make it automatic points of damage.
Sounds great.
Now, do I do that for each attack?
You do that for the round.
Perfect. The first attack, 3 dice. I'm going to spend a point of willpower to get an automatic success.
Okay.
That is 3 successes.
2
Oh no, I'm
carry
sorry, 4 successes because you said diff 5, right?
3 carry over into damage.
Do you want me to do all the attacks first and then roll the damage?
Hey man, these may well be your last attacks.
So-
You may do them in the order of your choosing.
Next one,
Yep.
spending a point of willpower.
Okay.
I am out of willpower.
Okay.
Hey, using the good dice.
They are subtly different. That is 1 success.
Success.
You spent the willpower, right?
Yeah, but that's a 1, so that kills that success.
Yep.
So,
Give me your last attack.
and then the last attack, unassisted by willpower. Woo, boy!
Oh, baby.
I am swift, so I'm guessing that those explode. Correct?
They do, which means they're 2 successes.
Oh, just 2. You don't roll.
They're 2 successes.
So that's 5 successes.
Okay.
yeah.
Why don't you give me 3 damage rolls?
Okay.
Yes, Johnny.
So the first one, we said 2 carry over.
Yes.
I have a strength of 5 currently. I didn't bump it all the way to 6. 2 carry over plus 5, and then the weapon, the knife does 1 additional die, or no? It just lets me, because they're not proper knives.
Yep.
It just,
Fair
yeah.
enough. We'll see that in a second. So that's 6, 7 plus 4. That's 11.
Okay. Give me next damage.
This next one, no carried over.
Pause. You carve into the first time, and your wounds dig deep. It staggers. For a moment, it seems that you have this thing dead to rights, and you cut into it, and blood starts to spray everywhere, so you know that you struck true. And for a moment, it seems like this thing might die. But before it does, it takes a step back, shakes its head, doubles down, snarling, and rushes in for more. The wound you dealt it closes.
Completely.
Next damage.
6 more damage.
Okay. And last damage roll.
And this one 4 carried over, correct?
Yep.
This is so scary.
I rolled very well on my roll.
Ooh. 10 more damage.
Jesus.
Okay. You get arms deep up in the thing, cutting and carving, and it kind of like grabs on, and you can feel these hands that are as big as your chest kind of grab on like it intends to just pull you to pieces, and it just slows down, and the engine of death kind of falls over, slumped onto the ground with its tongue hanging out of its mouth. Over the course of just moments, this rage monster changes shape, and after that, like, a rather kind of like gruesome shifting of bones and flesh, laying on the ground is this young woman with blonde hair and like freckles on her face. She can't be older than like 16 years old, just carved up and dead on the ground. Next action.
Did you say next action?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Tim. Rolling against a stake.
Okay. 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 lethal. Tim. You will take 7 levels of lethal damage as a stake presses up through your heart, and you can kind of like see and are paralyzed there. And dropping you down at his side is Shaw staring at Johnny. You should have stayed out of my way, Johnny.
Buddy, I hope you have celerity.
I do. He kind of looks at you while you're rocking your knives. He's brandishing another stake. In terms of extra actions, it is Reese at the top, who has not used his celerity. Britta, did you take any extra actions this round?
I have 2 celerity actions remaining.
Oh,
So-
you have 2 celerity actions?
At this
Yeah.
point,
Oh my god, thank god. Can you see what happens here?
I don't know. Can
so
I?
you turn
Yeah.
and you saw Johnny go toe-to-toe with a lupine and kill it.
Hell yeah.
With Miles wrestling it and holding it in place long enough for like fucking Piccolo's special beam cannon.
Fuck yeah.
And
Full Nelson!
but when it's done, you do see Miles lifted up off the ground with a stake through his chest. When you see Shaw, he is something of like a glimmer and is hard to physically keep track of.
Interesting. And that, okay. Does that look like the effect that Neil was able to get rid of using lights with the
truck headlights.
He was able to get rid of straight up obfuscate.
Okay.
This
is a strange glimmer.
This is
Not something you've seen
superior
Neil do.
skill with obfuscate than to what Neil has demonstrated in the past.
Well, I want to attack
It
him.
is
Yeah.
nasty. Was that okay? Give me a perception plus alertness.
Okay. I am spending a willpower. It's not bad if you run out of willpower, correct?
No, it just means you guys are fucking
I'm spending one.
running on E.
Alright. 3 successes. Or 4, sorry.
You can attack him without taking the minus without the +2 difficulty.
Okay. I'm using the pistols.
Okay.
I will aim for the head and increase the difficulty.
Yeah, the reason that the obfuscate helps him is because it makes aim for the head like not an option.
I'm going to spend my last willpower.
Okay. All in for Johnny.
Difficulty?
8.
Okay.
God damn, Britta.
Oh my god, if Britta
Straight
one-pops
killer.
Shaw in the face, I'm gonna... Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
Use that other action to pop Reese.
So I have 5 successes.
All right, cool. 4 carry over into damage dice.
And you get an additional damage die for shooting him in the head.
Okay.
Would have been a lot more if it had been a rifle.
Yes.
Would have
Yeah.
been real hard to get into Elysium.
That was a lot tense.
Look, we'll work on that costume later.
I don't believe sharpshooter applies because it's a pistol, right?
Sharpshooter, you aim specifically for a head target.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
Like,
thought
with a single
sharpshooter
shot.
was
Oh, shoot. I had some
specifically
zeros in
for
there.
like headshots.
Okay, so add 2 more dice.
Okay. That is 5.
You will deal a point of lethal damage. Johnny and Shaw have the same initiative scores. That means you guys are attacking each other simultaneously.
I'm just going to avoid him with celerity.
Okay, give me Dex plus dodge.
6 successes.
3. He goes to lunge at you, and you deftly weave out of the way of the attack. Britta, do you have any celerity actions left?
I have 1 remaining celerity action.
What are you doing with it?
I think I'm just shooting him.
Give me an attack roll, just like before.
Okay.
Give me a perception plus alertness. Difficulty 8 minus your aspects.
That would be 2 successes.
Good. You attack without penalty.
Okay.
Give me your attack roll.
Okay. Head for lethal.
Difficulty 8.
I think I botched this. I have no 8s and I have a 1.
Britta, you have the gun and jams.
Lovely.
How many celerity actions do you have?
He's out.
I grab him. You're done, old man. Too slow. And Johnny leaps on top of Shaw.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get him now. That's 3 successes to grab him.
Grabbed. New round.
I'm not spending any celerity.
I will spend 1 celerity.
Reese.
Attacking me.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Lose 9 blood. And a stream of vitae leaves your body and goes straight to Reese.
Ooh. No, 3 blood.
Sure. I need you to make a hunger frenzy check.
Uh-oh, he's holding somebody.
What's the, that's... Self-control?
Yes, but your maximum dice pool is based on your blood pool. So if you're at 0 pool, you have 0 dice.
So
So you're spending a point of willpower to not frenzy?
I have
or
no
you're
willpower.
frenzying? Are you spending a point of willpower to not frenzy? Or
No,
are you frenzying?
Johnny's frenzying all day.
All right.
Eat it!
I got Reese just super threw fucking Shaw under the bus.
Dual thought action. All right, so...
Fuck this guy. He's dominating me.
He is. He points at Shaw. Kill. I'll spend a point of willpower for this. Okay, he has 5 successes.
Okay.
He does that. He dominates you and just kind of lands over on the balcony. And it looks like he plans on just kind of walking away.
Alright. I drop from the chandelier onto Shaw. Popping claws on the way.
All right, give me an attack roll.
6.
Okay, 5 carryover.
Oh, don't kill him.
Yeah, that's really bad. Which is
No.
what Reese wants.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, not my choice, buddy. 5 damage.
Okay. He's gonna have to actually roll self-control. Okay. He maintains awareness. So he's gonna take 4 ag.
On the plus side, I don't think he and Reese are friends anymore.
Okay, so that was win on 16. Johnny, are you...
14.
You're 14 now.
Yep.
So you and Britta are going at the same time.
Does that change initiative that I only spent 1 for celerity? I don't remember how that
Yes. Britta, you're up. What are you doing?
Well, I saw...
You see a wild,
That?
feral look in Johnny's face as his fangs distend and his eyes kind of just go glassy.
Both
Probably
of these
reminds
two.
you slightly of the horrifying city gangrel that you just saw.
True. Both of these two are frenzying on Shaw, correct?
I am not
Win is
frenzied,
not in frenzy.
Not in frenzy. Oh, dominate. Okay.
but I have deviated from pursuing Reese.
I'm aware that...
Also, Reese is like pretty overt. He's literally
extra.
like...
Yeah.
He's floating through the air
Yeah.
and going,
Yep.
So, some context questions. Is anyone else still around, or did everyone just fucking dip? I mean, like in
Like,
the courts.
the Setites we hired for
People are
this
in
shit.
mid-dip.
Okay, so...
And there are Bruhan Setites fighting each other for no fucking
Oh,
reason.
neat. Okay.
I was supposed to have a sorcerer, and I ain't seen that shit back up
They're
there.
Okay.
going.
I don't think I can shoot out Reese, but
you got 2 shots
Yeah.
before he disappears. He's
Yep.
already taken his action.
fuck it, let's try. That was my first instinct, so I'm going with it.
Maybe a bunch of concentration magic.
I don't think it works that way.
Not if he's
I
got
should
dual
declare
thought.
whether or not I'm aiming for the head. I am aiming for the head. That
Fine,
is...
it's ridiculous.
Wash.
Okay. Pew! He kind of looks back at you like how a father regards a child when they like do something silly, And then he just kind of continues on his way. So then we go to Johnny. You haven't grappled.
I feed.
Great. Gain 3 blood.
Yes.
Yes.
Does that do any damage?
Was that? It
Does that do it? Does not? Okay.
Does that blood bond you to Shaw?
One step.
Yep.
So I usually
I can't
kill them
stop
after
thinking
this.
about him.
Johnny playing fast and loose.
Yum,
with
yum,
blood
yum, yum,
bonds.
yum. I want to be in with him all the time.
Shaw is going to attempt to break the grapple.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because he can fucking disappear.
And he's going to be splitting his dice pool.
But he is injured. So that is down. That he is down some dice, isn't
He'll spend a point of willpower to ignore wound penalties.
it? All right.
Actually, no. He'll instead spend a point of willpower for an automatic success.
Can you spend blood to add automatic successes to potence?
He did.
He did? So I will as well. I'm not letting him go. So we're looking at 5, 4, 9 successes to hold him there.
You hold. Beats his 7. You can feel him kind of like struggle to break free. But at this point, you're like ravenous and lost into like your desire to eat him.
Yeah.
After Shaw, we go to celerity actions.
I have one.
Who are you shooting at?
Shoot Shaw, he dies. If that goes through. So I guess I'm just shooting Reese again.
Okay.
Bad idea, but
Good idea.
Shooting someone is the right
You have
idea.
one
so-
working gun right now.
yeah. I figure when the other one jammed, she
Yeah, you
probably
just
just
use
like
the other
tossed it over her shoulder.
Well, I mean, you have 2.
Yeah, my girl.
Do not just throw fucking guns.
She tosses the gun and starts walking forward.
Like an empty 40.
Incredible.
Goes over.
It's a pistol.
It's like a fucking $600 pistol.
It's jammed. It's worth nothing.
It's still worth stuff. Turns out.
Okay. So 2 for unspent celerity, 4 for dexterity, and 5 for fire. I do declare aiming for the head for lethal.
I do declare.
Do declare.
It is good to own land.
3 successes.
Okay. Roll 7 dice of damage.
3.
3? Okay, he takes 2 lethal. He kind of stumbles forward, grabbing his bleeding head. Okay, we go to the top of initiative. Reese goes. Shaw loses 9 traits of blood.
Shaw
As a
does?
stream of blood comes from him to Reese. Shaw immediately enters Hunger Frenzy.
Does he have any blood left?
Was that?
Is there any blood left in him, or is Johnny just
Shaw?
sucking on an empty straw
He
at
is
this
sucking
point?
on an empty straw. Britta. 10 traits of blood pulled from you.
I have 2.
Okay, spend point of willpower and go into Hunger Frenzy.
I have no willpower.
You go into Hunger Frenzy.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there is a werewolf on the floor.
I am next to, I guess, that dead kindred in the trench coat.
You are. He is done. Win.
Shaw's still alive.
He super is.
No, he's not. Not anymore. 8 successes.
7 dice will carry over into damage, which puts you at 13 dice.
3 successes.
He will take 2 levels of aggravated damage and still be alive. Britta, you begin to feed. Okay. You may
I
take...
assume I have no other choice.
No.
Yep.
You may take 3 blood. The crowd outside is like fucking panicking. People are running in all sorts of directions.
Is Weathers around doing anything?
We are not aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still dark in there. No one's put the lights back on.
I just want to imagine him like doing a top rope punch to the back of Reese.
Just Superman punches Reese. Which, to be
Oh my
fair, he
God,
could be
I-
doing that right now. We have no
I
idea.
want that so much.
It'd be hilarious.
Run!
From the top rope.
You want to do all your Tremere bullshit.
Johnny,
I have 2 traits of blood in me. Can he attempt to pull himself out of frenzy?
you may spend a point of willpower and roll.
Only if I spend a point of willpower.
Yes.
Gotcha. Otherwise, someone needs to take an action to try and shake me out.
Yeah, you need Neil right now.
All right. So I guess I'm just trying to continue to drink then?
Okay, I need the rules for Diablerie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bad news, guys. The problem here...
There's several problems here.
There's not. If there was just the one, that would be fine.
The big problem is that I'm Diablo-rising the guy that openly called me a Sabbat,
Yes, you are.
a Sabbat.
the sheriff who announced that he is investigating you for sabotage.
I just am Diablo-rising him.
Yep.
I mean, on the plus side, I don't think anybody's around to really see what happened.
Oh yeah, but they get to see that shit.
Yes.
Strength, diff 9.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me his best roll is his?
It's
Just strength.
just no. You add your potence.
Okay.
Having potence makes you better at diablerie. Because he's physically pulling the person's soul into his maw.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, good time to
Roll well.
Roll well.
not roll well. Maybe we'll see. Well, I had 3 1s and just a single 10, so nothing. In fact, I botch.
Okay. His soul is pulled from his body. He meets final death. You do not consume the soul. He does, however, crumble to ash.
I feel like I dodged a bullet there.
I feel like the struggle is real enough right now to where I'm going to leave you guys a choice. Weathers is set to help with one of 2 issues. It can be an issue that is right now, or it can be an issue later. I will leave it to Win. Erica, do you want his help now or later?
Win is not leaving until the Reese thing is settled one way or the other. And if Weathers is capable of helping with that, that's the direction.
Okay. Who wants to roll for Weathers?
I feel
Johnny
like Johnny
should.
should.
I'll roll.
Oh, we should have said Rebecca.
I have not been rolling all that great today, to be fair.
Johnny, I need a 14 die dex plus firearms attack.
14, you say?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He will spend for 5 additional actions this round. That's the real aim.
Really?
6 successes.
Okay. 5 will carry over to damage.
bullshit.
It is a shotgun. You will roll 13 dice of damage.
5 successes.
Reese drops to incap and is laying there bleeding out. He cocks the shotgun. The hell's going on with Johnny?
If we're not in rounds anymore, I believe Johnny starts cheating on the fucking lupine.
Johnny, you start feeding on lupine.
Yeah.
I go up and I take the whistle from Reese.
Done. The whistle is there. It is just barely dinged from a pellet from the shotgun.
Okay.
But is otherwise A-okay.
All right, and I kind of put my hand up for Weathers to kind of hold for a second. Is Joey still there?
Yes.
Joey, come here, buddy.
He like
And I just take him
he
away
gives
and
you a hug.
Weathers, I don't care what you do to him. You're the fucking sheriff.
It's a suit.
During this conversation,
Kind of like gives the human kind of like a sad look knowing that this person is very dead, and he just kind of levels the shotgun and finishes what he started.
during this conversation, I'm going to go over and unstake Miles
Done.
very carefully. Britta's not certain how this works. She recognizes the wood stake right by the heart, so she'll pop it out. What happens?
I have the willpower,
Yeah, done.
and I can spend the blood to heal.
Yep.
Miles?
Is the lupine like right next to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat on that too.
I mean,
It's a buffet.
we all need blood, honestly.
Like,
what's
Either
going
this
on here?
young woman who is dead on the ground was a musician, or because of her supernatural nature, you are able to draw vitae from her.
I feel like I don't even care.
I don't know what traits of blood she has left.
Important thing, when you mark off these boxes, you do not draw a dash, you draw an X. It is actually specifically different because every point of blood you take is doubled. So that X counts as 2 blood when you spend it. And there are mechanical advantages that happen when you do so. So please keep that in mind. And also we need to keep track of how many traits of this monster blood you have inside of you.
My intention is to go and feed off of the ghoul suit if it doesn't appear to have.
Done.
So I don't know how many traits I'd get from
It
that.
has 8 traits remaining.
Okay.
You guys start moving around, feeding. There is chaos outside. It is a fucking masquerade disaster that is taking place in downtown New Haven.
I will pull out the cell phone that Miles gave me. You don't have a cell phone, do you? Mm-hmm. You do? Okay, I will text Neil, Lupine dead.
Neil, as you get outside, out back, one thing you see is Jane driving away with a young woman who looks an awful lot like Johnny. And then you peel out and are bailing. So there's kind of like this moment of like relief.
Okay. Something's going right.
It is then that you get a pretty bad feeling. Kind of casually approaching is a Mexican woman who's wearing a leather jacket and jeans with boots that come up to the knees. On her neck hangs this, like, silver pendant that makes some sort of, like, spiked ankh. And at her flanks are 4 despicable, like, greasy, ugly, vampiric things with, like, pointed ears and, like, whiskers and long talons. Shadows around her gather and shift, causing this, like, very dramatic flare to her arrival. In her hand, as she approaches, is a, like, fucking cutlass.
Hi.
You knew that we would come.
I did. I'm, like, kind of pushing Elsa back in as much as I can. Like, not obviously, like, but just, if we just walked outside, like, kind of edging her backwards.
We came for her, but you might be just as valuable. Who do I leave with?
What do you need? I don't know. Value is subjective.
I just need a victim. Someone who will be missed.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Give me a second.
She nods. After, like, looking back at her...
I look back at Elsa.
When you,
yes,
you have first looked at Elsa, when you look back at her again, she's alone.
Even under heightened senses?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Neil is still a moral person. And he just kind of, like, closes the door on Elsa back inside. And then turns around. Hi.
It's okay.
Can I don't know what's about to happen, but I don't really want to be here for this. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. And he digs into his pocket and pulls out a coin and puts it into his mouth, and then his pupils dilate, and he's not really there anymore.
You feel the Caliph wash over you and kind of lead you to a better place. The last thing you see in that moment is the Doctus of the Killing Spree calmly approach, and everything goes dark. We cut back to inside. You guys look around the Elysium.
Wynn just kind of looks down at Joey. Do you want me to get this to your mom? Or do you want me to hold on to it?
Can I see my mom?
We'll go say goodbye to Mom. I promised, right? Where does Mom live?
He starts rattling off this, like, little address down in the suburbs by Wallingford.
She kind of just writes on her jeans at this point.
Thank you.
It's okay, buddy.
Weathers kind of lights up a cigarette, tosses you his pack.
Johnny kind of just puts a hand out, but is still kind of just crumpled on the floor, breathing heavy.
The masquerade is fucked out there. We're gonna need to get into contact with the Keeper and clean this shit up.
I'll have texted Neil by the time that I've finished feeding off the ghoul suit. I assume no response at this point doesn't seem odd, but after there's some time that passes, I'll try calling him.
Okay. Hello?
Who's this?
You hear like a slight rasp of this woman's voice. Who is this calling?
I'm looking for Neil.
He is gone.
What kind of gone?
Who is this?
His coterie mate.
His coterie mate. I'm very sorry about what happened to him, but your city has been chosen for crusade. And so, the blood of those who reject Cain must flow until your sins are made right and you are absolved.
Who are you?
I am but one piece of a greater whole. But we are the Killing Spree.
And what does Neil have to do with this?
He is but one more sinner.
Why him?
His fate is the same as all who oppose the sword of Cain. He is not unique. He is simply gifted with absolution before what comes. He does not have to see his friends suffer. What will be done to them, the way they will be vivisected and devoured.
What do you mean, gone?
She hangs up.
Britta will run over to whoever is closest.
I am probably still up with the meat suit and the little boy.
You are handling Joey.
Johnny is just on the floor down by where the werewolf is.
Johnny and Miles
and where
are right
Shaw's
there.
remains are. Smoking a cigarette, just kind of like curled up, covered in blood.
And you are getting off the floor, or what?
Yeah,
Where are you?
by the time he's finished, I've started straightening myself out and looking to find my cell phone because I need to start calling the media.
All right, you are doing something. So the person I walk to is John, and I run to rather is Johnny,
Okay.
and I am brandishing the phone. Killing spree has Neil.
Your difficulty is increased by +1 for every point of lupine blood you have in you.
So I'm already at 9, and I have 6 traits of lupin blood.
Okay, so you're at diff 10, 5 successes required.
Okay. Then I cannot possibly resist frenzy.
There's something incredibly invigorating about the lupine blood. And you're kind of like licking your lips. And I'm like, yeah, that feels really good. I feel pumped. And then you get the bad news. And that is when the downside of this blood in your system becomes very apparent. And everything goes red. You will immediately burn for celerity. What that's going to do is you're going to spend 1 blood for an additional action on celerity.
Yep.
And to add your potence to all of your damage rolls for the round. Because every point of the lupine blood you spend counts as 2. Inish.
Come on!
Jesus.
Is this a new scene?
Huh?
Is this a new scene?
It is not.
Okay.
Buddy. I'm plus 3 celerity and potence.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Am I able to spend a blood to beef up a stat, or is there no warning?
No, you can see it when he goes dead-eyed and freaks out.
I am spending for 3 celerity rounds.
Okay. Miles, what you doing?
Has it been 3 rounds since I pumped to 8 dex?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm back to 6. So 18.
18 win.
12.
Britta.
17.
Johnny.
20.
All right,
Which
Weathers
could
going
be-
on a 22.
Full Nelson!
Get him, Ray!
Johnny, don't!
Or
No spun point of willpower. You're cranked up.
you're all high on those wolf drugs.
High on the werewolf's blood.
5 successes to grapple you.
Yep, I was right. Full Nelson.
Hold still.
So now it's what? An opposed breakout?
Yep, strength will sprawl. He is spending for automatic successes. Yeah, he'll take a strength to 7.
He has 5 successes. Thank God for the dice not being with me right now.
They are with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Weathers has 15 successes to hold you in place.
Oh, yeah.
He's just holding me by the head.
Brute.
He holds on. You need to calm down.
I will dominate him. Command to be still. 9.
Okay. That is enough to take you out of frenzy. Cool. Basically, he's going to have you hold still long enough for this rage to pass. When you start coming to again, and this is not like a regular frenzy where you lose control.
Oh, yeah.
You blacked out and turned into a deranged monster for a moment. And then through some wrestling and the use of disciplines, they managed to get you to a point where you're not killing people. And eventually you feel Weathers hesitant, nervously let go of you.
Britta's powered up, ready to take a celerity action, but when it was apparent that Weathers got a good grip on Johnny, she stood ready to move away, but watched with wide eyes at this strange frenzy that Johnny's in.
Breathing heavily, ragged breaths. Finally, he's... Earl, I'm back. Earl.
Okay, all right.
Shit.
Careful of that stuff.
Britta said the killing spree's here.
Shit.
They have Neil.
What?
I called him.
They have
I called him. They have him. They said he was done, that we all had to face salvation or something like that.
Sabater Zealous, do they have him?
They have him.
If they're here, they're not gone. They're probably hiding in Obfuscate.
Where?
They've got dozens of them.
redheaded
Gangrel like you,
stepchildren.
but not. I mean, they're just
No, not
the
like
animals.
Some strange-looking red eyes, pointed
me. I
ears.
can get the red eyes, honey. That's not a thing.
Okay.
We've got to get out of here. Now.
If there's
Stop.
the bot,
Calm down. Right now, we're indoors. We're inside. Get the lights
Doesn't
on.
matter.
Stop. Scrambling around is exactly what happens. We stay together and we're still here. That's what's happened so far. So take a breather. Prepare yourselves. We knew the Sabbat were coming. Stick together. Neil most likely went out the back door. Pretty solid MO.
Do you still have Elsa's number?
Yes, let me check. You guys keep a spot around. Eyes open. Alright.
are we turning the lights on? Do we want people to be able to see what's in here?
I like seeing.
Looking outside, the street lights are not on. Across the street, there's no power. It's like they cut the power to a section of the city and then caused mass panic.
We got to get to a room that we can watch the entrances on. We're way too exposed here.
It's
Alright.
true. But let's check the back door real quick. We can make sure.
Miles, trust me on this. We need to get to a room that we can watch the exits on. If we're going to take a breather, we cannot stay here.
I'm not taking a breather. We're going to go check the back exit. It might be around there. It was quick. Let's go do that. Then we can move back and find a defensible position. Let's move.
Check in with Elsa. He was with her.
And I make the call and we start moving towards the back door.
I take up a.
Such a bad idea.
I kind of like put us all shoulder to shoulder so that we're kind of walking in a square so that no one can slip in behind any of us.
When you guys get to the back, kind of like sitting by the back door, that like barricade, like it's just a bunch of shit kind of thrown in front of it, is Elsa sitting with tears of blood streaming down her cheeks, just quietly and delicately whimpering.
Britta will approach and sit on the ground next to her, offer some scrap of fabric to try to wipe off the blood.
Neil,
What happened?
he saved me.
From the killing spree.
Yes,
Where did they take him?
I don't know. They were waiting outside the back door. Stragglers, I don't know. There was a woman. She said she needed anyone to simply be victim as some sort of symbol. And Neil, he shut the door and went outside to them.
Johnny is a Sabbat survivor.
Mm-hmm.
What might this mean, them taking somebody like that?
So, if she's saying she needed a victim, you kind of know that is Killing Spree MO. Whenever the Killing Spree comes, someone you love dies. And it's not like a waiting thing, it's not like a ritualistic. Usually they just cut them apart and kill them right then and there. There is a very good chance that on the other side of that door, Neil's still there.
Wynn got 3 to resist frenzying at the word victim,
Okay.
but she starts tearing the barricade apart.
You start grabbing, there's like folding chairs, all kinds of shit, and by the time you get through it, you shove the steel door open, and you open up to this dark, quiet parking lot. And when you do, there's nobody. It's just a dark, empty parking lot.
He's not here.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Close the door. Pull back in. Britta, grab Elsa.
Okay.
Shut the door, rebuild the barricade.
Let's all go back to the sheriff's office. That's pretty secure.
What do you think of it?
Where the fuck is Arabella?
We should also probably consider getting back to the prince.
Don't say anything else.
Johnny goes back into the main hall, takes a look at the truck that ran in here and smashed into the thing. How bad is it?
I mean, the lights are still on. You kind of give it a look. What do you got for, like, car repairs or anything of the like?
Crafts, actually.
Give me a dex crafts.
2 successes.
With 2 successes, you can get the pickup truck going.
We can try driving out of here right now.
Let's do it. Everybody else has fled this place. There's no reason to stay here.
Miles, why didn't the Seneschal die like Kindred?
Because he inhabited a person.
Weathers pats you on the back, Miles. I'm getting us out of here.
You coming with us? Or you got someone else?
I'm going my own way. I've got other people to rally, and I need to find out what's going on.
You want to at least ride in the back of the truck to get out of this location?
I don't think it's a good idea for us to put everyone in the same spot.
Smart move.
You guys just stay safe.
You too.
Johnny reaches out and kind of like grabs him by the shoulders. You too, old man.
He gives a nod like this might be like his last conversation, like just kind of that kind of self-awareness. And then walking with purpose, he goes to collect Elsa and get the hell out.
Oh, Earl. Jane got out.
Like a light shines from behind his eyes, kind of like something went right tonight. And he heads out.
Wynn hops in the bed of the truck.
Britta will hop in the back of the truck.
Drive us out of here.
No. Everybody there's only 4 of us. You 2 in the front of the cab. Can you get be something a little bit smaller so you can fit in here with us? I don't want anybody in the back of the truck.
I'm just me, honey.
Yeah, but sometimes you can make yourself into like a little like Wolverine. No?
No, not for another week or so.
Just go.
I can lay down.
All right. Johnny gets in the truck, puts it in reverse, and will hit the gas and send it right back out the hole that it came in.
The pickup sounds like it is in agony. But it runs, and the group of you peel out and get the fuck away from that hellhole that was once in Elysium.
Path of Night is an actual play Vampire the Masquerade podcast set in the classic world of darkness. Britta, the unknown new embrace, was played by Rebecca Steigelfest. Johnny Saxon the Bruja was played by Garrett Gabby. Miles Davenport the Ventrue was played by Tim Davis. Neil Foster the Malkavian was played by Rob Muirhead. Wynn Cabot the Gangrel was played by Erica Webb. Your storyteller was Lex Lopez. Recording by Rebecca Steigelfest. This episode edited by Rob Muirhead. The music used in this episode was January Grunge Love Fest by Technoax. Visit them online at technoax.com, teknoax.com. Path of Night uses the 20th Anniversary Edition rule set of Vampire the Masquerade with a few limited house rules. Vampire the Masquerade and the Storyteller system are owned by Paradox Interactive. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at @PathOfNightPod, on Facebook at facebook.com/PathOfNightPodcast, or email us at pathofnightpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time, Kindred.
There is darkness, and your eyes kind of flutter as you feel this pain, and the pain is this, your vitae forced through your system, causing you to stir into consciousness. So much that it is difficult for you to resist the call of frenzy should it come. But you feel a warmth, like you're in a pool of like hot water. And like in this hotel tub, you feel small, delicate arms wrapped around you from behind with almost like spindly feminine hands holding you. And as you kind of look around, you see like her darker skin resting against your bare chest. And in this like tub of water, you come to in the presence of Nara, who is holding you and seems to have roused you from torpor.
Hello, beloved. I think I climbed the ladder too quickly. Heaven is a lot more pleasant than I thought it would be.
Earth is not so terrible, and I have you.
No, I'm dead. I know.
No. The whiff of Khalif allowed me to seize you and get you to safety.
What?
Your unlife remains intact.
He kind of like sits up and touches his body and it kind of blinks, trying to...
Shh. No need to rush. You're safe and not all of the wound is healed yet. And you kind of see, like looking down, where this blade kind of carved straight into your midsection.
He can't help but touch himself and then wince at the pain when he touches it. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I accepted it. I accepted the end. Is this real? The last time I saw you, it wasn't real.
It is real. I need your help.
Anything. Anything for you, beloved. Of course.
The herald comes.